Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going lovely. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're going to create a card using an embossing folder and then also a die set. Both of these items are part of the SHIMMER stamp brand new release called Rainbows. And so I thought we'd make a quick and easy card using an embossing folder. This is the best die set. It's 4-piece die set. It'll die cut out the word the and the best, and then it has the outline of that. So that's what we're going to use for our sentiment. Now the embossing folders are beautiful. It doesn't say 3D on there, but I'm pretty sure they are 3D. You can see the beautiful floral image that I have here. This is called the Roseville Bouquet. And I love using embossing folders, but when there's images on there, I thought we would add some color to our image today. And it's so easy to do, guys. This would be great for a note card set because it is so easy to do. When you open up your embossing folder, you have two different sides. You have a raised side and then you have like a concave side. We're going to be adding color not to the raised side but to the opposite side. This way our image, when it's popped up on our cardstock, it's colored in. To do this, you're going to need some watercolor markers. I'm using my Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers, and guys, you're going to love doing this. For my first panel, we're going to create using some bright colored watercolor markers. And all you do, I chose watercolor because if it dries out a little bit, you can always add water to the embossing folder since it's plastic, and then you can revive those colors. And watercolor Zigs do this perfectly. So for this panel, we are going to use oranges and pinks and yellows and greens, and then to activate that color even more and add a little bit of shimmer, we're bringing in some Avery Elle clear shimmer spray. You just want to spray that embossing folder. It's like a perfect pearls kind of effect, and then I'm adding some Ranger watercolor cardstock. I just created a panel with it that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. Next, you're going to want to bring in your die cutting machine. I have the Platinum 6, and I found the best sandwich for this embossing folder, which is kind of, because it is very thick, is I just used the packaging that the embossing folder came in. Place the embossing folder on your die cut platform, add that cardstock piece from the packaging as a shim, and it works beautifully every time. So I'm excited to open this up and see what this turns out. I did add a lot of my shimmer spray, so the colors kind of bleeded out through the embossed area. I would say less shimmer spray, less bleeding out side of the embossed detail, but isn't that so pretty on its own? It's definitely not a clean looking card, but I just love the watery, free-flowing effect of it. I'm going to do it again, but this time we're going to add a purple instead of a yellow. I thought the yellow and the orange kind of blended together, and I did add a little bit of a lighter pink too. I sprayed it, not as much spray, but I did like the overflowing effect, so I did spray it. Now you can use water too, guys. You don't have to, or perfect pearls. I know Ranger has some really fabulous sprays that are really nice, but I'm using again the Avery Elle Clear Shimmer Spray. We'll run this through and we'll check out this panel. This one's going to be a little bit softer again because I use softer colors, but I love how easy is this, right? So break out your Zig markers, your watercolor markers, and your embossing folders. And again, this would be a beautiful engagement card, wedding card, or even a note card set as a gift. So just something different. And cleaning up your embossing folder is super easy. I suggest maybe running it through hot soapy water. Since it is plastic, it'll handle that, but easy cleanup too. Now for my sentiment, again, I'm going to use the best die set. I'm going to die cut out the outline with vellum, and then I'm going to die cut out the best words with some Neenah Desert Storm craft cardstock. I thought we'd keep this very neutral and soft, so I'm going to create a card base with my Neenah Desert Storm also. I mean, I have a new little vacuum. I don't know if you guys, it's from We Are Memory Keepers, and I just love this because I changed my craft desk from my black mat to some wood, and the one that I'm using now is pretty flat, but I have a textured porous wood, and that vacuum just picks up glitter and little pieces so I'm loving it. Who would have thought? Okay, I'm rambling, so what I'm going to do is dry my panel because it is pretty saturated, and then it did warp it a bit, so I like to add a big large piece of fun foam behind my panel. I did trim it down so it's slightly smaller than my card base, so it measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. We're going to add this again to our A2 size card base that I created with the craft card stock, and then we're going to add our sentiment at the very top. I think this will make a great engagement card because of the softness, and you can't see the pearly effect that it has, but maybe in the close-up pictures you can see it, but I just love how easy this is. I popped up the best, adding thin strips behind the lettering so you couldn't see it, and last but not least I'm going to add a few gems, and that finishes my card today, guys. All the products that I use are listed below as always, but something quick and easy, and break out your watercolor markers because it's really fun. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for joining me. We will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.